some rage. You think maybe I need help, though I know I'm right. Oh, I'm right. You're just better off not listening to your friends advice. Because your kiss is on my list. Because your kiss, I can't resist. Because your kiss is on my list. Let's turn out the lights. Oh, man.
Thank you, music lovers.
Want to get out of here and listen to my mixtape of great UN speeches?
Sure.
Come on, guys. Just one more song.
We're selling T-shirts if you're interested.
You're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, and you're gone too far, cause you know it don't matter anyway.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for Box Score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. The Danettes are still back in Milford, Connecticut. A little chilly, I'm supposing here. The Oscars were last night. Dan was all sorts of fired up about this. Paulie, DP is a legend in sports broadcasting. How would he do as a entertainment show anchor?
You know, I think he'd do very well. I'm surprised. You know, he's had chances. He's had chances to do, like, not Today Show, but Good Morning America. I think he'd do very well on that. I think he would get bored of it very quickly, though, because he likes it.
I don't know, man.
Oh, I don't know.
I think there was a sea change about 2008 where he decided he was more interested in entertainment than sports.
Right.
I think, no, he loves that stuff. He loves the silliness of it all.
Okay, but let's say then, I bet he could make one phone call and be the host of The Insider.
No, I know, he wouldn't do that.
Right, but
he loves it for fun. Like, you know, sports is his passion, but I think he finds it all silly and fun.
rub elbows at the
He really
palms
enjoys all that stuff. He really
sure
does.
does.
And he's got a great, you know, he loves movies too, for real. But I think have we always talked about it? Do you think he really sits around and watches those shows?
I know he subscribes to Us Magazine. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And if you actually subscribe, not just read it at a doctor's office, that's different.
Well, if he was ever to make the leap, I would put my money on Kevin Frazier being his co-host. And Kay Frazier called in and talked about some of his red carpet encounters.
Have you ever mistaken somebody?
This happened. Let me just tell you this. I see people do it all the time. People do it all the time, and it's so funny. One time, a producer of ours was yelling at me to grab Terrence Howard, and I turned around and I was like, that's not Terrence. And he was screaming over my shoulder, like, Terrence, 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 Terrence. And I was like, dude, that's not Terrence. Stop.
Wow, that's a rough producing mistake right there. But I tell you, like, I don't think I could handle the pressure of what they do, because not only I watched a lot of red carpet last night. Not only do they have to know who it is, they have to have like reasonable questions. Remember, I mean, we all worked the Beach Bowl, so we know a little bit about this.
Oh, it's bad though if you have like no notes at all.
You guys,
have no idea
especially
what it is.
I think you and Paulie and Seton have done. I've never been in Dan's ear. That Dan and K-Frame have done the Beach Bowl. It's hard.
Let's say you're hosting Entertainment Tonight or whatever the sideline thing, and let's say celebrity whatever just came up to you and said, hey, and they just put them right in front of you, had no heads up. What do you think would be your standard entry question to do it?
What, I mean, what are you wearing?
I wonder if what are you wearing, like that's how it was started, where somebody was like, so what are you wearing? And it was like to buy time, you know, to be like, who the hell is Benedict Cumberbatch?
Right.
Or whatever his name is.
Last night it was raining outside, so everyone was talking about the rain. Oh, the rain is
what? Just hair havoc.
It was hair havoc. There was a point where I thought that everyone thought the tent was going to fall on Rosamund Pike's beautiful red dress.
Oh, she was flawless last night. Seton, let's say DP really did want to change it to a complete Hollywood Insider format with zero sports talk. Are you along for the ride?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd change it up for a little bit. I could do a couple years and, you know, just vapid, meaningless, you know, talk about, you know, the Kardashians and whatever crap that is. Yeah, I could swing into that. It's really not And, you know, actually, the truth be told, there's a lot of similarities between that stuff and sports. I mean, we talk about a lot of pretty meaningless stuff here too.
I'll tell you right now, politics ain't that far. Adrift either.
I mean, it's all
music. It's all kind of entertainment.
Yeah, it all is.
If Dan ever switches to a new format, I'm happy to go with it. I don't care what it is.
A Hollywood format, like all
Hollywood, that wouldn't be my favorite. But if he decided he wanted to go music or politics, why not?
I'm out. I couldn't do all that.
I'm glad we do a little of everything the way it is.
I'm out.
I think Seton would be in for at least a little bit of a ride. And to that point, here's a little flashback of Seton doing the red carpet back in 2013.
Behind Justin Tuck is a guy named Dan Patrick. We're going to try and get an exclusive with him, get him on the record here. I heard he's a bit of a diva.
Wait, what are we doing here? Who are you guys?
We're here with Don Partick. Baby. Hello, Don.
Hey, guys.
How are you? How's your evening going?
Great. It's really good. I didn't know I would see you guys here. That's awkward.
This is Dan Patrick too? Yeah. Why you never have me on, Dan? Is Ice Cube the only person from Compton that you can have on the show?
Half Full is my passion book. Are you asking me my 50 Shades of Secrets or something like that?
You want to go there with me? Maybe people are a little tired of talking and answering questions as dumb as the ones I prepared. Do you have a favorite Danette?
And you've got great hair, by the way.
Boom.
Killing it! Fitzy is my favorite Danette.
Yeah, he's pretty much the man. Bye. See you later, Keith. Go ahead, Keith. Hey, good to have fun tonight. Have a good one.
I love that. That's some great behind-the-scenes footage there. I think Seton could slip right in there, and you know, Kay Frey, Laura Spencer, and all those types better watch out because Seton can bring it. I love the little facial expressions he was making on the red carpet there, not taking himself too seriously. So you know, I can see a future for Seton. He's got that charisma and personality to work that red carpet. That was entertaining.
Paulie, if you guys were movie stars, which one of you would be all over this morning's news for your red carpet antics?
Probably Andrew. Andrew's got a lot of Benedict Cumberbatch in him. He's gonna, you know, he comes off as like kind of a stoic and quiet guy.
But goofy.
That's probably the nicest thing I've ever said to you, right?
Yeah. No, but Benedict Cumberbatch was like that, but he was goofing for the camera all night long.
Yes, that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think you would do something to have some fun. You're like, hey man, I may not be here again. I'm gonna have a little fun because in 3 years there could be some other guy with some fun name that they like.
Some fun name.
Well, hopefully you guys get nominated for an Emmy and he can pull that stuff off. Stick around. Someone sold a sweater, not McLovin's, for 107 times the price of my first moped. How about that? The box score is powered by Ram. 1500 EcoDiesel. Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everybody has the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. Welcome back to the box score, guys. Thrift shopper turned thousandaire talked about finding Vince Lombardi's West Point sweater and purchasing it for 58 cents and then selling it for just a bunch of Skrilla. McLovin, what would you have done if you would have bought that sweater?
I would have worn that because that is the coolest looking sweater. And it's perfect for a man like me who prefers European cuts because I'm tall and slender and have a slight V going on. That's exactly what was worn. I mean, the guy on the interview said there was a herringbone liner. Paulie almost jumped out of his chair when the word herringbone came out.
One of my all-time favorite words.
You had a herringbone.
So Vince Lombardi probably wasn't exactly that body shape. That probably wouldn't have looked too great on.
Yeah, it would have come up to hero. Yeah.
How about this, Seton? How about if you found Joey Ramone's first leather jacket, purchased that for 20 bucks? What would you have done with that?
Put it right in my house, and I don't know, look at it, I guess. I don't know, I would have kept it.
Brock, I had a neighbor once who insists that he bought John Belushi's Jeep from when he lived in Martha's Vineyard after he died. He got it a couple things down the road. I've spent the past 7 or 8 years trying to confirm that it is John Belushi's Jeep. Because I was going to buy it from him. In all seriousness, I was going to buy it and fix it up. But I have not been able to confirm it. They're like, we can't give out records of of DMV. I actually called the DMV in Massachusetts and got nowhere. Wow. But if it was his Jeep, I would have bought it.
That's like the John Voight episode in.
Yes. About teeth bite.
Yeah, was it John Voight's? What was that?
Yeah, John Voight.
Like a LeBaron.
Yeah, LeBaron. You're right.
Yeah, he was a dentist, I think it was. Paulie, what's the coolest piece of memorabilia you've ever owned?
Oh man, I don't have that much good stuff. I do have that. I told you mentioned before. I've got a Bob Costas St. Louis Spirits yearbook. I find is pretty cool. He was a team announcer back then. I have right by my desk at home. It's not memorabilia as much as an autograph. It's an autographed Tony Hawk skateboard. And you know, Tony Hawk's as much as one of my favorite athletes is Walter Payton or Larry Bird. And so I always see that, I look and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I've never met Tony Hawk, but hopefully we can have him in studio sometime.
Was that one of the ones that was originally routed to 7 Milford?
No, we were lucky enough.
I got that for Paulie, actually, and I only got one for him and me.
Yes. Proud of you.
Sorry about that.
Well, I'll throw this out to the room. What's the coolest memorabilia that you've probably ever missed out on getting?
I can answer the coolest that I've ever ruined, because my grandfather had a baseball signed by every member of the 1950 Whiz Kids. Me and my cousin Toby.
Tell me what team that is.
It's the Philadelphia. Everyone knows the Whiz Kids.
No, they don't.
Phillies. Are you kidding me? Richie Ashburn?
Did you know it was the Phillies?
I kind of did, but
that means no.
But because he's
Philly doesn't really resonate as much as
I had a feeling it was the Phillies.
I think.
Nobody's listening to this particular story anyway, Paulie. So anyway, we ruined it by having a catch on the hardtop driveway.
Fritzy, has anyone ever tried to score a piece of Dan Patrick show history before?
We've had like in-studio guests that have made little comments, or they've had their eye on certain things, maybe trying to hope by throwing it out there that Dan would say, if you like it that much, just take it.
Who said that?
I thought that there was a couple of, I'm trying to think of who it was, but I know we had a few people in studio that were, at least in general, impressed or amazed by some of the stuff that's here. And but there's no way Dan was going to give up any of that stuff. They came close to asking.
It's not like we've had any real record-breaking moments here, or the show's only really seven years old, almost 8 years old now. It's like we didn't really save Dan's pens from year one,
I'll tell you,
an old show rundown maybe.
A couple of times we had workers in here doing electrical work or duct work or something like that, and they look around and they're like, because if you have never been in here before, there's a lot of cool stuff in here, gold records and so forth. And I once went to, these guys were really gushing there, really looking at stuff, and I just went up to them and said, I go, these cameras are on 24 hours a day. And they looked at me like, okay, because I had the feeling that these guys were going to grab some stuff. Because they were coming in here, and I didn't even know their names or what they were doing here. They were fixing some duct work up top, and I was like, I hope they don't steal the whole place.
I'll just say, I was very nervous in that open playing the Eagles guitar. I had my arm way up on the neck, trying not to get my arm on the autograph. I didn't want to smudge Glenn or Don Henley or anything like that. And
Ritzy was being cautious too. He actually didn't move his fingers or hands at all whilst playing the guitar.
I was focusing too much on the lyrics, I guess.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, and a little bit of honesty, I did take a Darius Rucker Christmas CD out of the back room. All right, stay with us. We have some great stories honored by some horrific headlines. But before we go to break, here's a random story from Dan covered by some incriminating shots of the Danettes.
Have you seen Sex Box? Have you guys seen this show?
According to the format of the show, the couple is experiencing marital difficulties, and they go before a panel of 3 sex experts who grill them on their sexual lifestyle. And then the couple copulates in a windowless cube. No viewers don't get to see inside. Afterward, the couples come back out to reveal what happened in there.
So this is called Sex Box?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Fritzy hosting.
Welcome back to the Box Score, guys. It was a huge weekend. Major sports stories, the Oscars. I mean, there was a 36-hour monsoon here in LA that left over a quarter inch of puddles all over the Inland Empire. So many important stories, too many crucial angles of the perfect solution. Let's play another edition of
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
I will give you a headline. You give me a mock headline. Our first headline, CC Sabathia reports the Yankees camp weighing in at a 305 pounds. Let's start in the back row with McLovin.
Okay, bear with me here. CC Sabathia leaves camp to work out with offensive linemen at NFL scouting combine.
3 C's, that's Roman numeral 300. Paulie, what do you have?
This is more true than joke. Alex Rodriguez obviously at fault for Sabathia's rapid weight gain.
Well said.
Touche.
That's got to be his fault.
Fritzy, what do you got?
That one.
I got not looking for breaking balls here, but that's too many sliders.
And Seton, your mock headline.
CC Sabathia, more like LBS Sabathia.
LBS. Pounds, baby, pounds. Second headline. Braves outfielder B.J. Upton will now go by the name Melvin Upton Jr. Paulie, your headline.
Braves outfielder Upton becomes first man to ever turn down a BJ.
Boom.
Whoa, that's
solid. Fritzy.
All right.
I have Tomahawk flop. Upton passes on BJ for less satisfying moniker.
I knew I was going to get that.
It was definitely the same ballpark.
See,
he's cracking up.
Well, let's keep it 3 for 3 then.
Yeah.
Atlanta not very Braves. After years of ridicule, teammate feels abandoned by Upton, says middle reliever Phil Acio.
Phil Acio.
Phil Acio, he's got a wicked curve.
Phil Acio. He was like, it was him. There's two of them. You're BJ, I'm Phil Acio. Like, together, nobody's going to make fun of us. Now,
it's awesome.
Ruined it.
And finally, McLovin, the thoughtful one.
Clean it up.
Clean it up.
Okay, up with Upton. Up with Upton. What a Melvin. Forget changing your name. How about changing your attitude, my man? I don't know. It's even
Our third headline, Phelps announces engagement to Miss California 2010. Fritzy, let's start with you.
Things going swimmingly, Phelps adds another trophy to collection.
Oh, very dismissive.
Yeah, not exactly
PC.
PC.
Yeah, he's married her, for God's sakes. Seton, you're next.
Phelps announces engagement, promptly announces retirement from breaststroke. That's like a marriage joke about a marriage joke.
I'm in the same wheelhouse.
Not getting any.
Me too.
Breaststroke.
McLovin, what do you got?
Sorry.
I just got chicks dig the breaststroke.
Paulie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to go with Speed Don't Do It, but that doesn't really do anything, so I'm with the breaststroke theme. You may now breaststroke the bride. Phelps engaged.
Oh.
Theme show.
Finally, our last headline. Brazilian soccer player leaves championship match after being bitten by a police dog while falling out of bounds. Seton.
K-Wine instead of K9. Yeah, K-Wine. Soft soccer star Bis quits on team after puppy mistakes him for a treat.
Yeah.
Rough crowd, rough crowd. Fritzy.
Oh, puppy. Sound rough.
Don't be a rabie, stay in the game.
Little Cujo humor.
Little Cujo humor. Got rabies, got bit by the dog.
Paulie.
Soccer player bitten by police dog now on the pup list.
Ooh.
It's physically unable to perform list. Boom, pup. No, what? That's a good joke. You're wrong. You are wrong
you
about
people on
that.
tape
That's
are
a
wrong.
good joke.
And finally,
Thank you.
McLovin.
This is an homage to my good friend Mark Jackson. Hey, police, if you're scared, get a dog. Just try not to let him bite the players.
I'll say thanks.
The mock headline championship belt goes to. It is shared by Fritzy and Seton.
Each get a side. All right.
Nice.
It's upside
Flip it
down.
around.
It's backwards and upside down. That's it.
Coming up, McLovin goes after the man with no name. This is the box score, and we are taking a break. And remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, does not need a break. Guts, glory, Ram.
You know what McLovin said about Clint Eastwood earlier?
Oh, boy. Oh, that was off camera.
All right, then you have a choice.
But once you come in the room,
you might as well just say.
Okay. Okay. You guys really want it?
No, you guys.
Well, you have a choice. You could re-say what you said about Clint Eastwood. I'll let it go.
I'm not saying anything about Clint Eastwood. I would prefer that stay off camera.
Okay. Was it really negative?
No, it was just Clint Eastwood's 84.
Yeah.
And McLovin said he's looking a little old.
We are closing up shop here on the box score. McLovin, why are you so uncomfortable with that comment getting out there? And what was it?
I don't know. This is going to be an unpopular comment that I would never say on the show. I just said Clint Eastwood's looking his age.
Well, you're right, though.
Yeah. But I just, you know, the perception is I'm sort of being oldest. That's why I didn't say it.
anti-American.
And anti-American.
Not in that order.
But it was, Paul, I wasn't thrilled with your tactic there. I kind of thought, I said, nah, I don't want to get out there. You just said, you know
yeah,
what?
but you only said it once.
Yeah. But I could go, I'm going to get you back on that one. It's unpopular. I'm going to get you an un-PC opinion. No, I'm not. Like, you kind of did say Maroon 5 was a cool rock band earlier.
I did?
Kind of.
I think I said that. Well, I thought they were really successful. Someone said Adam Levine couldn't sing. Someone in the room said Adam Levine couldn't sing. And
no, you didn't say they were cool, but you were saying that for Adam Levine. And I think it's very uncool to stand up for Adam Levine. He's
yes,
sort of like
because he's the high school quarterback who is everything, and nobody goes to bat for the good-looking, talented guy.
Well,
I go to bat for Tommy.
Yes, you do.
It's Tommy.
It's an exception.
It's very, you know what? They're pretty similar. They're pretty similar. Anytime you get a chance to bash them.
One of them's really talented.
Well, you guys were talking about Clint being 84 and whether you wanted to live 84 healthy years or just roll the dice and go for it. Well, let's get down to it again here, McLovin. When are we going to throw a shovel of dirt on you? What age?
I do not have good genes. I'm going to go into this late 70s if I'm lucky.
That's great.
Yeah, if I'm lucky. But nowadays, everyone lives in their 80s. I don't think I'm getting there. In fact, I hope I get through the end of the day.
Paulie, what are you thinking?
I didn't think about the genes part of it. I had one grandparent live in the 90s, two lived in their late 80s, one died early because he smoked. So genes-wise, but I think I made up for it with my eating habits. If I can make it to 82, that seems like a good number. I mean, it doesn't sound like, you're not gonna be like, wow, that guy died early. 82, you're like, all right, you had a real nice run. And if if it's a really healthy 77, I'll take it.
Seton, how about you?
You know, I've recently become horribly aware of my own mortality for some reason. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's like having a family or something. Because normally I just didn't really care. I was just like, we'll just go nuts. But now I have this horrible like vision in my head of like my mom and dad and family and like everybody sitting around at my funeral and like somebody's whispering like, it's such a shame, so young, can you believe 44?
So awful.
Or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be dead like sometime in the next 6 years. So I'm trying. I would love to make it to 80 something. That would be pretty. Oh, that's a huge win for me. Yeah.
To the paranoid one, Fritzy.
Yeah, if you could be moderately well into your early to mid 80s, I think that's a deal you have to make. I don't have great genetics, shockingly. I've already had my share of medical problems, which hopefully are way behind me. But 84, if you still have your wits about you and you can function, you look okay, and you can go about your business and enjoy your daily life, it's a pretty good number.
Yeah, the men do all right. The ladies are all Century Club in the Everett plan, so who knows. I think medical science may, unfortunately, keep me around too long. How about it, Fritzy? Who is on tomorrow?
That's not fair.
Tomorrow's show will include, and I'm going to go very slowly because it's the only guest right now, Daytona 500 winner, NASCAR driver.
Connecticut native.
Middletown, Connecticut.
Like anyone cares if he's from Connecticut at all.
Joey Logano will join us on Tuesday's show.
Joseph Horatio Logano the fourth.
The third or
Also
fourth?
great genes.
Yes.
Somewhere from
And looks good in them as well.
He lives around
Skinny
Danbury
jeans,
or something
probably.
like that. Off the 7.
We're not even close, but that's okay.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for watching the box score. We will be back tomorrow on the audience channel 239 at 3 p.m. Eastern. The podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Get well, Mom.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!